Welcome to another baking session. We're going to make some cupcakes again today. We're going to make some lemon cupcakes with a lemon curd filling, and the topping will obviously have a lemony twist to it. So to do that, you're going to need 3 whole eggs, you're going to need 175 grams of butter, you're going to need 175 grams self-raising flour, 175 grams cast sugar. You're going to want the zest of 2 lemons, and obviously you're going to need some lemon curd for the filling, and then we're going to want some more butter, icing sugar, and something like lemon extract for the for the topping. But before we do anything else, what I'm going to do is I'm going to zest these lemons into my sugar, and then I'm going to mix it all together, pound it all together before we start assembling the rest of it. You'll want your oven preheated to 160 if you're a fan, 180 if you're not. You better be a fan. Anyway, I'm just going to zest these lemons. Okay, so the zest's in there, so all I'm going to do now is just mix this together, but making sure I'm pounding the lemon zest. Okay, now the zest peel, if you like, of citrus fruit, oranges, lemons, that sort of thing, full of oil. There's a little trick when doing a dark room, where you can sort of like break the peel, if you've got a bit of peel, and if you've got a flame nearby, you can see there's all the oil that you like. It's not obviously huge, so it's the oils that are actually we're wanting to get out of that zest into that sugar. Okay, so I'm just going to mix this a little bit longer. I've got my butter in there, and we're going to put that sugar and zest in there once I'm finished with this. Okay, so in that sugar goes. And then we get our mixer, little hand mixer, and we mix it together. So they're all now nicely combined. So what we now do is add our eggs. Now we're going to add one, or I say one, I've got all 3 in here at once, but we're going to add about, one at a time, and then whisk that in and continue until we've got all the eggs mixed in. Okay, so now I'm just going to sift that flour into there, okay, and then once that's all in there, carry on mixing it until that's all nicely thoroughly combined, okay, and then obviously you'll need to get your cupcakes ready. You should make about 12 cupcakes, but my cupcake things are a little bit, well, more muffin shaped, so I probably won't get 12 out, but that's the intention anyway. Right. Obviously, because of the shape of the bowl, it's a bit tricky to get all that flour and everything that's on the side, so I'm just going to use a spatula just to make sure I've got everything off the sides, off the bottom, and then we'll continue just mixing that up. Okay, so that's all mixed up. So what we're going to do now is we're now just going to fill, when I say fill, we're going to transfer some of that mixture into our cupcakes. We don't need to bother trying to smooth it down, okay, and equally we're not trying to fill it because they will rise, okay, but they will even themselves out. That one wants a little bit more, I think. So I'm just going to get these filled. Okay, so that's got 12 as it happens. So now it's going to go in the oven, and like I say, the oven wants to be about 160 if you're a fan, 180 if you're not, and if you're not, you don't really bother putting a oven on. Alright, so anyway, in it goes for about 25 to 30 minutes. As I've said before, my oven really cooks really quick. I'm sure the temperature's wrong. So I'm going to set my timer for 20 minutes and check on them, and if need be, give them a bit longer. Obviously, we know they're cooked when they're nice and golden and the cocktail stick in the middle comes out dry, or you know, it's not wet. Okay, so they've had the time. They've had 35 minutes. Okay, I checked them at 30, almost there, but I gave them an extra 5 minutes. So we'll just let them cool slightly, and then we'll transfer the wire rack, and then we just need to let them cool completely before we put our filling in. Now to do that, you're going to need some sort of corer. Now you can get a cupcake corer, and it costs you about £8, or if you've already got like an apple corer, that will do fine. All right, so we're just going to use that when they're cool. Just take the centre, well, part of the centre out. Okay, but I'll show you that when they're ready. Okay, so they've cooled down now sufficiently, and all we do is take our borer and we just go down about halfway. Okay, take out a little plug of cupcake. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do to all of these, and then you'll need a couple of piping bags. One for getting the lemon curd in. Now you could try and do it with a spoon, but it's going to be a lot messier. So we use a piping bag for that, and then we're going to whip up the top in, and we'll obviously want a piping bag for that. Right, I've got a small nozzle, okay, because obviously we've only got a little hole to fill, and I've got some lemon curd there. Now, I don't remember where you get your lemon curd from. This is lemon curd I made earlier, okay. The video for that's up online. So, going to need a couple of good dollops. Probably want a little bit more than that. Okay. Lovely stuff. If you like lemon curd, you like it. So, what I'm going to do, I'm now just going to go into each of those little wells, and we're just going to fill it with lemon curd. That was that for an estimate, eh? Every single one of them full, nothing left in the bag. Okay, so now we're going to make our topping. So for that I've got 200 grams of butter, soft butter hopefully, 400 grams of icing sugar. Now you want to put about 2 teaspoons of lemon extract. Well, I'm not going to use lemon extract. I'm going to use about 2 teaspoons of lemon curd. Okay, so, oops, don't want to put the butter over there, but I want to go in here, didn't it? So we're going to put the butter in here, and then we're going to then mix that together and make our usual clouds of icing sugar that goes everywhere. So, how to try and reduce that? I'm just going to try and mix this in a little bit first before I get my whisk on it, so hopefully then we don't get so much icing sugar everywhere. Before I get that whisk in there, I'm going to add a couple of teaspoons of lemon curd. So there we go. That'll give us the lemon flavour. Like I say, you can, if you like, just use lemon extract. So just going to put this away and clear this mess up, and we'll start whisking. So now we obviously want this all thoroughly mixed together. There we go. Right, I'll get this mixed. Okay, so that's got that all nicely mixed together. It's got a nice pale yellow colour. So I've got my piping bag with obviously a big nozzle, because this is thick stuff. I'm not sure that will go in there. It might be easier for me just to hold that. So it's just a matter now of just filling up my bag with that buttercream, and well, actually not really buttercream, is it? And then we'll get piping. So let me just fill this bag. Okay, so now we're going to start piping this topping onto the cupcake. It's quite a stiff one, this one, as the actress said to the bishop. Oops. So just a matter of doing that on every cupcake. And there you have your lemon cupcake filled with lemon curd. There's only 12. I'm not going to taste one because they're for the wife and I'll be in trouble.